3cm rule, the invisible trick that eliminates bathroom odors in 24 hours. Did you know there's a simple rule, just 3 centimeters wide, that can completely eliminate that bad bathroom smell in less than a day? It seems impossible, but it's real. And best of all, you've probably never heard of it before. In this video, I'll reveal exactly what this 3 centimeter rule is and how it works like magic to get rid of odors you've tried everything to eliminate. You know that smell that seems like it will never go away, no matter how many products you use? The one that embarrasses you when someone visits your house? Well, it has a hidden cause that almost no one knows. And when you discover what's really causing this problem, you'll wonder why no one told you this before. If you continue to ignore this rule, you'll continue spending money on deodorizers, expensive cleaners, and products that only mask the problem for a few hours. But if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll learn not only what this mysterious rule is, but also how to apply it in your home today. And there's more. I'll show you other professional secrets that make a real difference in bathroom cleaning. Get ready, because your life is about to change. Tip 1. The secret of those 3 centimeters. Nobody told you. Let's get straight to the point. The 3 centimeter rule has to do with the water at the bottom of the toilet bowl. That's right, that water that sits there. Many people don't know this, but this water acts as a natural barrier against gases coming from the plumbing. These gases are the real culprits behind the horrible smell you experience in the bathroom. When the water level is too low, less than 3 centimeters deep, this protection disappears. It's like leaving the door open for all the sewer odors to enter your house directly. So how do you solve this? First, look inside your toilet bowl. See if the water is covering the bottom properly. If you notice that the level is low, the problem might be in the flush tank. Sometimes the internal mechanism isn't working properly and releases too little water with each flush. This causes the level to always be below the ideal. The solution might be simple. Adjust the float inside the tank or replace a faulty part. But be aware, because the problem may be even more hidden. In some cases, the toilet itself has a poor design. Older or lower quality toilets are sometimes not designed to maintain the correct water level. If this is your case, you will need to consider replacing it. I know it seems like a big investment, but think of it this way. You will stop suffering from that unbearable smell, and you will also save all the money you spent trying to disguise the problem. Now, while you don't solve the definitive problem, you have a temporary solution that works very well. After using the toilet, wait a few seconds and flush a second time quickly. This ensures that the water level is always adequate. It seems wasteful, but it's not. In fact, you're preventing a much bigger problem. And if someone in your family complains about the smell, teach this technique to everyone. The more people who know about the 3 centimeter rule, the better the environment in your home will be. This is the foundation of everything. Without this knowledge, you'll continue fighting an invisible enemy that always returns. But with this information, you've just taken the first step towards having a truly odor-free bathroom. And look, this is just the beginning. There's much more you need to know. Tip 2. The invisible trap under the drain. Now that you know about toilet water, let's talk about another hidden villain, the siphon. Do you know what that is? It's that curve in the pipe under the sink and drain in the bathroom. This curve is intentionally designed to hold some water, creating a barrier against gases. But here's the problem that almost no one notices. When this water dries up, the protection disappears. And guess what? Sewer gases rise straight into your bathroom. How does this happen? Simple. If you have a bathroom that isn't used much, like a guest bathroom or a master bathroom where nobody sleeps, the water in the drain evaporates over time. This can take a few weeks, especially in hot places or with the air conditioning gone. When you least expect it, that strong smell appears out of nowhere, and you're racking your brain trying to figure out where it's coming from, because the bathroom is clean. The cause is hidden inside the pipe where you can't see it. The solution is so easy, you'll laugh. At least once a week, pour water down all the bathroom drains. This could be the sink drain, the shower drain, or even the small drain on the floor. You don't need a lot of water, just enough to refill the trap. I usually use a large glass or a pitcher. I pour slowly and that's it. This keeps the protective barrier always active. If you have several bathrooms at home, include this task in your weekly cleaning routine. You can write it on your calendar if needed, so you don't forget. And there's another important detail. If you're going to travel and the house will be empty for a long time, do this before you leave. Pour a good amount of water down all the drains. Some professionals even recommend putting a little cooking oil after the water. The oil forms a thin layer on top and slows down evaporation. When you return, pour water again to refresh. It's an extra layer of protection that works wonders. Another thing that helps a lot is checking if the drain is clogged or has accumulated dirt. Sometimes, hair, soap residue, and other things get stuck inside. This not only causes a bad smell, but also prevents the water from staying in the right place. If you notice that the sink water is taking a long time to drain, it's a sign that something might be obstructing it. In that case, it's worth opening the drain and cleaning it. It's simple to do, but if you don't feel confident, ask someone to help. The important thing is to keep everything flowing smoothly. This tip alone solves the problem for many people. But stay with me, because there are still more secrets that will make your bathroom perfect. Tip 3, the mistake everyone makes when flushing the toilet. Let's talk about a very common mistake that practically everyone makes without realizing it. It has to do with how you flush the toilet. It seems silly, but it makes all the difference. Most people press the button or pull the lever and that's it, they're out of the bathroom. The problem is that many times the flush doesn't work completely. The mechanism might be faulty or you might have pressed it too quickly. The result is that residue remains inside the bowl. And this residue is a breeding ground for bad smells. Think about it. If you don't clean everything at once, it will just sit there, fermenting and creating bacteria. Even if you don't see anything immediately, the smell will gradually develop. And the worst part is that this smell clings to the walls of the toilet bowl, the edges. Under that porcelain part you can barely see. Over time, it becomes increasingly difficult to eliminate. That's why it's so important to ensure that each flush is complete and efficient. How do you solve this? First, always look behind you after using the toilet. I know it sounds strange, but it's necessary. Make sure everything is gone. If anything is left, flush again. Don't be ashamed of it. It's much better to use a little more water than to live in a smelly bathroom. And if you notice that even after flushing several times, the problem persists, it's time to check what's happening with the toilet tank or the toilet bowl. Another important issue is the flushing power. More modern toilets use less water, which is good for the environment and your bill at the end of the month. But some models are too water efficient and don't have enough power to clean properly. If your toilet is this type, you may need to flush twice every time. Or consider a better model that balances economy and efficiency. There are toilets with dual flush systems, one for less water and another for more. This could be a perfect solution for your home. And don't forget to teach this to everyone who lives with you. Children, teenagers, husband, everyone needs to know the importance of flushing correctly. Often the smell in the bathroom isn't your fault, but someone's fault for not paying attention. A simple conversation can prevent a lot of embarrassment and a lot of bad smells. Make it clear that it's not fussiness, it's a necessity. Everyone will thank you when they notice the difference. By the way, if you want to save time and money while keeping your home clean, organized, and smelling great, I've prepared a complete guide with easy homemade recipes, a practical weekly checklist, and professional tricks that really work. The link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Now, let's continue with the video. Tip 4. the place you never clean, but should now. I'm going to reveal one of the most forgotten places when cleaning the bathroom, but which is responsible for a huge part of the bad smell. I'm talking about the back of the toilet. That narrow space between the toilet and the wall, and also the bottom part where the toilet connects to the floor. Have you looked there lately? If the answer is no, prepare for an unpleasant surprise. This area accumulates everything. Dust, water splashes, urine that leaked unnoticed, leftover cleaning products that you poured and never rinsed properly. Over time, all of this turns into a layer of dirt that ferments and gives off a horrible smell. The worst part is that you can clean the toilet bowl from top to bottom, the lid, the seat, and the smell will still remain. Because the source is hidden where you can't easily reach it, and the longer you go without cleaning, the worse it gets. The dirt hardens, sticks, and becomes a crust that's difficult to remove. The solution? You need to include this area in your cleaning routine. At least once a week, move aside as much as you can and clean thoroughly behind the toilet. Use a long-handled toilet brush or a sponge attached to a handle. Wet it with water and detergent or a cleaning product you like. Scrub well, reaching the most difficult corners. You'll see how much dirt comes out. Then rinse with plenty of water. You can use a bucket or even a watering can, like the ones for plants. This helps direct the water to the right places. And don't forget to dry it afterwards. The accumulated moisture in this area also contributes to bad smells. Use an old cloth or disposable paper towel. Wipe down all the cracks, the floor around it, and the base of the pot. Make sure everything is completely dry. This prevents mold and bacteria from developing. If you live in a humid place, this step is even more important. Moisture is a friend of mold and bad smells. So the drier you keep the environment, the better. Another valuable tip is to use a mixture of baking soda and vinegar to clean this area. Apply the baking soda first. Let it sit for a few minutes, then pour in the vinegar. It will foam, and this reaction helps loosen the stuck-on dirt. Scrub well and rinse. This combination also eliminates odors, not just cleans. And it's cheap. You probably already have these two ingredients at home. You don't need to spend a fortune on expensive products that often don't even work that well. If your bathroom is small and the space between the toilet and the wall is minimal, consider using a small mirror or even your cell phone camera to better see the dirt. This way, you can focus your cleaning on the areas that really need it. It may seem like a lot of work, but after you do a deep clean of this area, subsequent cleanings are much faster, and the result is worth every second invested. Your bathroom will smell completely different. Tip 5. The towel trick that changes everything. Here's something many people don't realize. Bath towels can be one of the biggest sources of bad smells in the bathroom. It seems strange because you use the towel right after showering when it's clean. But the problem isn't when it's clean, it's what happens afterward. The towel stays damp, hanging in a closed and warm environment. This creates the perfect scenario for the growth of bacteria and fungi. And do you know what those microorganisms smell like? Exactly that unpleasant mold you smell in the bathroom. The most common mistake is using the same towel for many days in a row. You think you're saving money, that you don't need to wash it all the time because it's clean when you use it. But in reality, every time you dry yourself, you leave dead skin cells on the towel. These cells are food for bacteria. Add to that the moisture that takes a long time to dry completely, and you have a serious problem on your hands. In a few days, the towel is already contaminated, even if it looks clean to your eyes. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. Change your bath towel at least every 3 days, ideally every 2 days. I know it's more work to wash them, but think about it this way. Would you rather wash more towels or live with a bad smell? The choice is obvious. And there's another important detail. After using the towel, Don't leave it all piled up on the hook. Open it wide as much as possible. This allows air to circulate and the towel to dry faster. The less time it's damp, the less chance it has of developing an odor. If possible, hang the towel to dry outside the bathroom. Hanging it on a clothesline in the laundry area or even in the backyard where it gets some sun works wonders. The sun is a natural disinfectant and also eliminates odors. If you don't have this option, at least open the bathroom window or turn on a fan after showering. Air circulation is essential. Closed and stuffy bathrooms are a paradise for mold. You need to create an environment where moisture doesn't get trapped. When washing towels, pay attention to a few details. First, don't overdo it with fabric softener. Excess softener creates a layer on the fabric fibers that retains dirt and bacteria. Use only a little, or even better, skip it occasionally. Second, wash towels in hot water whenever possible. Heat helps kill microorganisms. Third, dry them completely before storing them. A damp towel stored in the closet will mold and contaminate others. And lastly, if a towel already has that strong, musty smell that won't go away even after washing, it's time to retire it. There's no point in trying. The fabric is already compromised. This tip alone can solve the odor problem in many bathrooms. It's amazing how something so simple makes such a big difference. But don't stop here. There's still much more for you to learn. Tip 6. The secret to trash. That nobody taught you. Let's talk about the bathroom trash can. It seems obvious that you should empty the trash, but there are details that make all the difference, and that almost no one knows. The bathroom trash can is not like the kitchen trash can. Inside it go things that have enormous potential to create odor. Use toilet paper, sanitary napkins, dental floss, cotton swabs with earwax, product packaging. All of this together in a humid and warm environment is a recipe for disaster. The first mistake is letting the trash can get too full before emptying it. Each day that passes with that accumulated trash, the smell gets worse. Bacteria multiply and organic waste decomposes. Even if you put a lid on the trash can, the odor finds a way out, and worse, it permeates the trash can itself. So even when you change the bag, the smell remains. You need to have a strict routine. Empty the trash can at least every 2 days. If you have a large family, every day is ideal, but simply emptying it isn't enough. You need to wash the inside of the trash can regularly. At least once a week, remove the bag and wash the bin with water, soap, and a little disinfectant. Scrub the bottom and sides well. You'll be surprised by the amount of dirt that gets stuck there. Liquid residue that leaked from the bag, dust that clung to the moisture, it all turns into a smelly goo. After washing, dry it very well before putting in a new bag. Moisture inside the trash can accelerates the decomposition of the waste and worsens the smell. Another valuable tip is to use baking soda at the bottom of the trash can. After it's completely dry, spread a thin layer of baking soda before placing the bag. The baking soda absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors. You can also make small sachets with baking soda and cloves, tie them tightly, and place one at the bottom of the trash can. It stays hidden under the bag and works for weeks. When the clove scent fades, it's time to replace it. It's a simple trick that keeps the bathroom smelling fresh effortlessly. And there's more. Choose the type of trash bag you use carefully. Those very thin bags tear easily and leak liquids. Invest in slightly more resistant bags, even if they cost a few cents more. And if you use feminine hygiene products, consider wrapping them in paper before throwing them in the trash. This creates an extra layer of protection and greatly reduces odor. It seems like a lot of work, but once it becomes a habit, you do it automatically. Some people prefer trash cans with automatic lids, the kind that open with a sensor. They're great because you don't have to touch them and they keep the trash well sealed. If you can invest in one of these, it's well worth it. But if not, a regular trash can with a properly fitted lid will do. The important thing is that the lid closes tightly and that you follow all these cleaning and maintenance tips. This way, you eliminate another source of bad smells from your bathroom. Tip 7. The shower curtain. That's sabotaging you. Now let's talk about something that's right in front of you, but that you may never have paid attention to. The shower curtain. If you use a curtain instead of a glass shower enclosure, you need to listen to this carefully. The shower curtain is a magnet for mold, bacteria, and bad smells. Every day it gets soaked during your shower, and even if you think it dries quickly, there's always moisture in the folds, in the corners, especially at the bottom where it's closest to the floor. Mold loves this environment. It starts small with those little black or brown spots, usually on the bottom hem of the curtain. At first you don't even notice, you think it's normal dirt. But it grows and spreads, and along with the mold comes the smell. That characteristic musty odor that invades the entire bathroom. You can clean the toilet, the floor, the walls, but if the curtain is moldy, the smell remains. It's frustrating because you can't identify where it's coming from. The solution starts with prevention. After each shower, stretch the curtain well, leaving it fully open and taut at the hem. Never leave it all crumpled on one side. The more open it is, the faster it dries. And if possible, open the window or turn on an exhaust fan after showering. Ventilation is key. Stagnant, humid air is mold's best friend. You need to break this cycle of constant humidity. But simply stretching the curtain isn't enough. You need to wash it regularly. The frequency depends on how much you use the bathroom, but generally, once a month is the minimum. Remove the curtain from the rings and take it to be washed. If it's plastic, you can machine wash it on the delicate cycle with cold water and a little soap. Place some towels alongside it to weigh it down and help with cleaning. If it's fabric, wash it normally, but always with cold water to avoid damaging it. And don't use fabric softener. It makes the curtain sticky and attracts more dirt. For stubborn mold stains, there's a trick that works really well. Mix 1 part bleach with 3 parts water. Soak the curtain in this solution for about 20 minutes. The mold will come off completely. But be careful. Only do this if the curtain is white or a very light color. On colored curtains, bleach can cause fading. In those cases, use pure white vinegar. Soak, rub the stains, and rinse very well. Vinegar also kills mold and eliminates odor. After washing, dry the curtain in the sun if possible. The sun is a powerful natural disinfectant. But if there's no sun, hang it in a well-ventilated place until it's completely dry before returning it to the bathroom. And if your curtain is already very old, with stains that won't come out and a persistent smell, it's time to replace it. Shower curtains don't last forever. A new one isn't expensive and makes a huge difference to the smell in the bathroom. Tip 8. The fan and exhaust fan you're not using properly. This tip might seem simple, but I bet you're not making the most of one of the most important bathroom appliances, the exhaust fan. Many people have an exhaust fan installed and never turn it on, or they only turn it on during a shower and turn it off immediately afterward. This is a serious mistake that keeps all the humidity and odor trapped inside the bathroom. The exhaust fan exists precisely to solve this problem, but you need to use it correctly. The function of an exhaust fan is to suck the humid, hot air out of the bathroom and expel it outside. This renews the air, eliminates humidity, and with it, the bad smell. But this process doesn't happen in 2 minutes. The air needs time to circulate completely. Therefore, ideally, leave the exhaust fan on for at least 15 minutes after showering. If your bathroom is small or the ventilation is poor, leave it on for up to half an hour. I know it uses energy, but it's very little compared to the benefit it brings. And there's more. Don't just turn on the exhaust fan after showering. If you use the bathroom for other needs and noticed a lingering smell, turn on the exhaust fan for about 10 minutes. It will pull out the stale air and bring in clean air. It's much more efficient than air fresheners, which only mask the problem. The exhaust fan solves the problem at its root, removing the bad air instead of trying to hide the smell with perfume. Now, if your bathroom doesn't have an exhaust fan, you need to improvise. The window is your best friend. Whenever you use the bathroom, especially after showering, leave the window wide open. If you have a small window, consider installing a regular ceiling fan pointed outwards. This creates artificial air circulation that works similarly to an exhaust fan. You can find small, inexpensive ceiling fans that do this job very well. But pay attention to an important detail. The exhaust fan needs maintenance. Over time, its grill accumulates dust and even grease from the air. This reduces efficiency and can even cause the appliance to stop working. At least once a month, unplug the exhaust fan and clean the grill. Use a damp cloth with detergent and wipe all the nooks and crannies. If possible, remove the grill and wash it under running water. Let it dry completely before replacing it. You'll see how much better it works afterward. If your exhaust fan is making a lot of noise, it may need lubrication or something may be obstructing the blades. This is a sign that you need to call someone to take a look. A noisy and inefficient exhaust fan is worse than having none at all because it gives you the false impression that it's working. Take good care of your ventilation system and it will reward you with a bathroom that's always fresh and odor-free. Before we continue, let me share something quick. If you want to keep your house truly clean, organized, and always smelling great without spending too much, I've prepared a complete guide with simple homemade recipes, a weekly checklist, and the most effective tricks used by professionals to keep everything spotless. The link is in the first pinned comment. Now, let's get back to the video. Tip 9. The wall and grout you ignore. Now let's talk about something that's literally on your bathroom walls, but that you've probably never given the attention it deserves: the grout between the tiles. Those lines between one ceramic tile and another, usually white or gray, are porous. This means they absorb water, soap, shower residue, everything. Over time, they darken, turn yellowish, and develop stains. And worse, they accumulate dirt and create mold in the deeper layers of the material. Have you ever stopped to notice the color of your grout? If it was white when it was installed and today it's yellowed, brown, or black, you have a serious problem. This dirty grout is not only unsightly, but it's also a constant source of bad smells. The bacteria and fungi that grow inside release odors that you can smell but can't identify the source of. You clean everything in the bathroom, and the smell remains because it's hidden in the grout. Grout cleaning needs to be done regularly. Once a month is ideal. You will need a small brush. Those old toothbrushes you no longer use work perfectly. Prepare a paste with baking soda and a little water. The consistency should be creamy, neither too runny nor too dry. Apply this paste to the grout in all the lines and let it sit for about 15 minutes. The baking soda will penetrate the pores and begin to loosen the dirt. After the waiting time, take the brush and start scrubbing line by line. Use firm but careful movements. You'll see the dirt coming out, the water turning dark. It's amazing how much grime comes out. Continue until you've covered the entire bathroom, from the floor to where you can reach on the walls. Then rinse well with clean water. You can use a damp cloth or pour water from a bucket and then dry it. The result is transformative. The grout returns to its original color and the smell improves dramatically. For more difficult cases where the grout is very dark or has deep mold, you can use a mixture of bleach and water, but be careful. Wear gloves, open the windows, and never mix bleach with other cleaning products, especially those containing ammonia. This creates toxic fumes. Apply the mixture with a brush or sponge, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and scrub well. The chlorine will kill the fungi and lighten the grout. But use this method sparingly because excess chlorine can degrade the grout over time. Here's a little-known pro tip. After thoroughly cleaning and drying the grout, you can apply a specific grout sealant. This product creates a protective layer that prevents water and dirt absorption. The grout stays protected for months, and future cleaning becomes much easier. You can find this sealant at hardware stores. It's worth every penny because you'll save a huge amount of time on future cleanings, and your bathroom will smell fresh for much longer. Tip 10. The daily routine that prevents all of this. We've reached the last tip, and perhaps the most important of all, because there's no point in doing a deep clean every now and then if you don't maintain a daily routine of basic care. It's like taking care of your health. Prevention is better than cure. And in the case of the bathroom, a few minutes a day can save you hours of hard work later. I'm going to teach you a simple routine that, if you follow religiously, will ensure your bathroom never smells bad again. Every day, without exception, after using the bathroom for the last time before going to bed, do the following. First, take a general look. Check for splashes on the walls, floor, and toilet. Take a damp cloth and quickly wipe down any dirty areas. You don't need to scrub hard, just clean what's visible. This prevents the dirt from drying and sticking, which makes cleaning more difficult later. Second, open the toilet bowl and pour some cleaning product inside, preferably one containing chlorine. Let it sit overnight. This keeps the inside of the bowl clean and free of that layer of residue that causes odor. In the morning, when you flush for the first time, the product will work its magic and the bowl will be clean. If you don't like chemical products, you can use vinegar. Pour half a cup into the bowl before bed and leave it until morning. Third, check for any damp towels hanging haphazardly. Tidy them up, stretch them out properly, or better yet, take them outside the bathroom to dry. Don't leave anything damp trapped in an enclosed space overnight. Nighttime humidity is the worst because it remains unventilated for many hours. Breaking this cycle will eliminate a large part of the mold and odor problem. Fourth, pour water down all the drains. You don't need much water. A cup in each drain is enough. This keeps the siphon full and prevents gases from rising. It only takes about 30 seconds, but makes a huge difference. And fifth, leave the window slightly open at night if the weather permits. Or if you have an extractor fan, program it to turn on automatically from time to time if the model allows it. Constant air circulation is your greatest ally against bad smells. In the morning when you wake up, open everything. Windows, doors, let the air in. Flush the toilet to renew the water with the product that has been soaking. If you shower in the morning, don't forget to extend the curtain and turn on the exhaust fan afterward. And so you begin a new cycle of care. It seems like a lot of work written like this, but once you get into the rhythm, all of this takes less than 5 minutes of your day. Consistency is key. It's no use doing everything perfectly for a week and then abandoning it. Bad smells in the bathroom are the result of accumulated neglect over time. When you maintain a routine, you never let dirt or moisture accumulate to the point of creating problems. And best of all, you'll never again have the embarrassment of someone entering your bathroom and smelling something unpleasant. Your bathroom will always be fresh, clean, and inviting. Okay, now you know all about the 3-centimeter rule and much more. You've discovered that bathroom smells have hidden causes that no one told you about before. You've learned about the importance of water in the toilet bowl, the drain trap, and the correct way to flush. You've discovered forgotten places that accumulate dirt and odors. And most importantly, you understand that a simple daily care routine is the key to never having to worry about this problem again. Now it's up to you to put all this into practice. I guarantee that if you follow these tips, in less than 24 hours, your bathroom will be completely different. the bad smell will disappear like magic. And the best part, it will stay that way if you maintain the care. You don't need expensive products, you don't need renovations, you just need knowledge and a little discipline. So tell me, which of these tips do you most want to put into practice today? Which one surprised you the most? Leave it in the comments. I love to know what you're thinking. And if you know someone who's always complaining about the smell in the bathroom, share this video with them. You'll be truly helping. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't waste any more time. Press that red button right below and activate the notification bell. Every week I bring you practical tips like this to make your life easier at home. These are tricks that really work, tested and approved. You won't want to miss out. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. Your home deserves to be a pleasant place to be, and you deserve to live without worrying about bad smells or what visitors will think. From now on, with everything you've learned, this will never be a problem again. Until the next video, and remember, cleanliness starts with small actions every day. Bye-bye.